Welcome to Crypto Warehouse live stream episode 1, Brogan.
Yes,
The very first one.
very exciting.
Obviously, we haven't got the lighting,
No.
the sound, or the cameras set up properly yet.
No.
But we are going to try and get through some topics, and hopefully, this all goes to plan.
Yeah, should be good.
So, should we move on to our first topic?
All right, yeah. So our first topic is, the Bitcoin price
Yes.
currently. So it's been crabbing for a while now.
Yep.
So it hasn't really been reacting too well to anything. It's just been, stabilized at, 20k, 19k. So right now it's at $19,800.
Yep.
So I go to like a day. We can see it hasn't really changed much. I mean, it was at 2,400 earlier today.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just come back down again. So
I think the problem is that we're crabbing. As Julian, one of Julian's favourite expressions is we're crabbing.
yeah,
And we've had a load of good news this week and last week, and none of it seems to have moved the price. The price seems to be stuck within a range of 19,500 to 20,400.
yeah,
I can't see it moving. There are some people saying that the price, because it's stuck in this range, the price is likely to crash in the next 1 to 2 weeks
Yeah.
and spike. So I wouldn't be doing anything other than DCAing in right now.
yeah.
I certainly wouldn't be I wouldn't be YOLOing into
Definitely not.
to Bitcoin right now. Although saying that, 20,000 is a good price to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah,
19,000 is a great price to buy Bitcoin. So I would be DCAing in over the next, what are we in, September? So September, October, November. So over the next 4 months, I would DCA in over those 4 months in particular.
all right,
Next year, year after, the price should recover.
all right. Yeah, sounds good.
So
So next we're gonna go on to a new section now. What's it called again?
it's called Word on the Bird.
Word on the bird. And this segment is a bit about we're gonna get a tweet from Twitter of a topic which we've mentioned in the week, which we did a video about. And today's topic is about, if it loads, Bitcoin mining.
Yes, now we did the video this week, in
Yeah.
fact it was Thursday, where you went away and researched the global environmental impact of Bitcoin.
Yep.
The miners aren't just beneficial.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, you could have played it, I don't mind.
No, but it's loud.
Okay. You raised a very good point, which is that Bitcoin doesn't consume more energy than is being produced.
Yeah.
What Bitcoin actually does is take the excess energy that cannot be stored and therefore is lost, and it converts it into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, it basically uses the excessive energy that we have.
Yeah. It's not like it's having a dedicated energy source
Exactly.
right towards it. So it's not like it's directly producing energy
Exactly.
with fossil fuels or anything like that. As we know, they're adopting more like solar powered and
Thermal.
hydro powered, thermal powered as well.
Volcanic power.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does that work? Do you know?
I don't know. It takes the heat from the volcano or
Fair
something
enough.
like that. I don't know. Very clever stuff.
But yeah, as we know, since the start till now, it's been getting better. But it's good to know they're using energy which won't be used. It's putting it to a good use.
Good example
Yeah.
is in Texas, and what they're doing is the power stations that are generating the electricity for the local areas. The energy that's needed during peak hours is obviously produced and provided to the the factories, etc. At night time, when that energy requirement drops, they're then turning their miners on
Yeah.
to generate Bitcoin. So I think the press need to really dig a bit deeper and understand that Bitcoin isn't here to kill the planet.
Yeah.
And we have more than enough energy to power people's homes and create the Bitcoin in its downtime. So yeah. So I like Word on the Bird. I think
Yeah.
we keep that one.
Yeah,
And I
very
think
good.
next time we do a live stream, I think Julian's Julian's forte will be word on the bird.
Yeah,
when he comes in.
definitely.
Okay.
So our next topic.
Next topic.
So we've heard of Lost in Translation.
Lost in Translation,
Bill
one of
Murray.
my favourite films of all time.
Yeah. Now we have our own spin is Lost in Transaction.
Yes.
Fellows,
Lost in
yeah.
Transaction is yet another example, a little bit like Seth Green. I don't know if you remember a few months ago, he had his wallet hacked and he lost his Bored Ape.
Oh yeah, wasn't he making a movie on it or something? Or
It
something
was
about
going to
that?
be. He had something to do with the. I think the Bored Ape Yacht Club are actually making some kind of TV series,
Yeah.
cartoon or not.
And since he didn't own the Bored Ape at the time, he doesn't have the rights to use it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now there's this one is a little bit more unusual in the fact that it wasn't. He didn't have his wallet emptied, but it was more of a calamity than anything else.
Yeah.
So do you want to run us through the article?
Yeah, I'll read the title and some points about it. So, a hacker just stole $185,000 in crypto from actor Bill Murray that was destined for charity. So, hours after closing of Bill Murray's NFT auction that raised 119.2 ETH, which is $185,000 for charity,
Yeah.
a hacker then stole the funds. In Bill Murray's case, though, the actor had the benefit of a wallet security team that protected him from the worst of the incident. The Shield acted NFTs by moving his high-priced JPEGs, including a Damien Hirst NFT, 2 CryptoPunks, a Pudgy Penguin, a Cool Cat, and numerous flower girls, to a pair of Safe House wallets.
Wow.
A lot of information there. So he basically nicked.
Nicked
So
his
he-
ETH.
Yeah, so he stole the Ethereum, but they didn't take any of his. So the security didn't allow for any of the NFTs to be taken.
Yeah.
Then they got put in a safe wallet.
Yeah. Now, my issue is that Bill Murray should not be allowed anywhere near a wallet
No.
of that standing, and his crypto security team should all be sacked on the spot with immediate effect.
Wow.
If you allow your non-technical client to store all of their NFTs and Ethereum
Nearly
in one-
120 Ethereum. That's nearly 200 grand.
Yeah, in the same wallet. I mean, it's unforgivable. It's not only unforgivable, it's probably borderline. I've got to be very careful. Let's just leave it as Bill Murray should have had a hot wallet, which is a new wallet that contains nothing else. And that wallet address should have been the one connected to the auction.
Yeah.
Now, bear in mind, this was for charity. Bill Murray was auctioning off, I think it was it tea with Bill Murray? I think the auction was to sit down and have a drink with Bill Murray or have a cup of tea. or have lunch with Bill Murray.
I've heard that.
So he auctioned himself for charity. It's a lot of cash that's been raised.
Yeah.
And obviously the hacker, not only has he stolen the funds, but he's stolen from a charity. I mean, that's the lowest of the low. But you do these things through hot wallets. And yes, the money was probably still going to be stolen because the contract that transferred the funds to Bill Murray's wallet was probably, lax, had a flaw, had a back door, whatever.
Yeah.
But it would have only taken the 119 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So to sit there as your security team,
Yeah,
for
also
Bill
high
Murray-
and proud saying, yeah, we protected the NFTs. It shouldn't happen in the first place.
No, it shouldn't.
And what I was going to say was, they should have planned for this a long time before it would have happened.
Correct.
It's like even with a business, when it gets too big, it needs to break down. Or even the saying, they'll put all your eggs in the same basket.
Yeah.
That you should break it down into, I don't know, maybe different wallets or things like that. Even when you said the hot wallet, putting the funds, collecting the funds into a different wallet so it doesn't expose the NFTs.
The other thing they could have done, again, hindsight is great, but we could have told anybody to use a hot wallet.
Yeah.
But what they could have done, the second that the Ethereum was transferred to Bill Murray's wallet, was that could have been sent straight to cold storage, put on a ledger, and disconnected from the internet.
Yep.
Right? End of story. The wallet is then safe. Okay? The funds are safe.
Yeah.
They didn't do any of that. They allowed him to receive the funds to his personal wallet that had, I mean, what's it worth? $1 million, $2 million worth of NFTs on the same wallet?
2 CryptoPunks.
2 CryptoPunks. What's that? $300,000, $400,000?
I couldn't say, but
A lot of money.
oh yeah.
So this is an example not of how unsafe crypto is. This is an example of how poor security teams that you employ to protect you when you're a high net worth individual, how poor they are at their job. So from my point of view, anybody listening, whenever you do anything to do with NFTs or transferring of funds, use a separate wallet for every transaction.
Yeah.
And where you can, use a ledger to store your funds offline.
Yeah, and it also shows how much human error, how much, not destruction, but how much financial, how much financial problems human error can cause. We even looked at when Crypto.com sent that woman what was it, 10 million Australian dollars. How much money and problems can come with simple human error.
Which happens in
everything.
Regular,
Exactly.
It happens in banking. It happens in every other aspects of life.
Yeah, but when you're mixing technology and money,
exactly,
then it becomes a big problem.
But this is an example of where they've literally left his back door open, and they've allowed somebody to come in and steal the wad of cash that they've left on the desk with the big spotlight on it. Yeah. That's what they've done.
It's like having expensive paintings on the wall and then cash on the table. The robbers taken the cash
because it's easy.
But he's ignored the paintings.
Yeah.
And then they've locked the door. He's already left.
Yeah.
They've locked the door and gone, look, we protected the paintings. The back door should never have been open in the first place.
Correct.
But yeah, so we'll talk a bit about a bit more information. So a representative, so I assume this is maybe someone from the security team or something, confirmed that the hacker made off with 119.2 ETH Murray had raised just one day before the charity auction. The attacker sent the stolen funds to a wallet address tied to the crypto exchange Binance and UnionChain.ai. According to Murray's team, the culprit has yet to be identified. Though the original ETH is gone, a runner-up in the auction, Coinbase user Mishap72 has sent 120 ETH, which is 200 grand, to Chive charities to replace what was lost. A representative of the marketplace told CoinDesk.
So I mean, it's not really a happy ending.
No.
But the charity will end up with the funds.
It's happy ending for the charity.
Correct.
At least it ends a bit happier than how it started.
The other thing, the hacker has sent the funds to Binance.
Yeah.
Binance have a history of outing hackers and outing criminals.
Because they're centralized, if I'm not mistaken, right?
They are. Yeah.
So they have
CZ.
They can enforce things. So couldn't they?
They will. The funds are going to be returned because it's gone near Binance. Binance will have locked the account as soon as they found out about it. If the funds are still there, then the hacker's going to lose out. I mean, the other side of this is it could be a white hacker or a grey hacker, which means that it's not somebody doing it for criminal purposes.
He's doing it to expose how much of a problem it is.
Yeah, to expose the hack. So, yeah, I think we'll find out. I think in the next few days we'll find out that Binance have returned the funds.
Yeah.
Right. Should we move on to the next topic?
Yes. So, football. Right?
Yes.
If the website loads, there we go. So, Crypto.com has pulled out of UEFA Champions League deal.
Correct.
So the agreement worth £428 million over 5 seasons is said to have fallen through at the last moment amid concerns about increased crypto regulation. The concerns are thought to relate to potential legal trading restrictions. So according to UEFA, the cryptocurrency sector has partly helped clubs to fill the revenue streams that were lost as a result of the pandemic.
Yes. In the last 18 months, Manchester United, Chelsea, maybe Liverpool, Leeds, clubs like that have all taken on a official crypto sponsor.
Yeah.
So crypto is moving into football. Baseball. Crypto.com sponsor the Staples Center, which is this iconic sporting arena in America.
Yeah.
They are sponsoring the World Cup in 2022 in Qatar. So crypto's getting more exposure.
Yeah.
What this says to me is, because it's UEFA, it's in Europe.
Yeah.
So France, Germany, etc. I think this is a preemptive move to stop them being snagged by the European Union. So Binance, Crypto.com, there'll be plans in the works in Europe to regulate or block crypto assets, crypto companies in Europe. So I think they've got wind of this, and I think they've pulled out.
Yeah.
Because they haven't pulled out of the World Cup, which is not UEFA, it is FIFA.
Yeah.
So I think something's going to happen in Europe in the next 12 months, which has scared them off, and they've run away, which I don't blame them for.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I mean, I think probably within the next 5 years, there'll be half, if not all, of the Premier League teams sponsored by a crypto company. Not necessarily on the shirts, but the stadiums, the tracksuits, the programs.
Yeah.
Because crypto's awash with cash, and it wants to get out there. So I think we'll find out why quite soon.
Soon enough. Yeah. So the site, being crypto.com, has other sponsors other than football.
Yeah.
And has some sponsors in Formula 1 and the Ice Hockey World Championship and the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, which you just mentioned.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, it's probably something to do with the fact that it's in Europe.
I think so. I think you're right.
So there might be something coming.
Yeah.
Sooner or later about crypto in Europe.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Now the next topic.
Yeah.
Is another update to another one of our newscasts, which is to do with the merge, which I think you've got up in front of you there.
When merge?
Yes. Now, everybody's been working under the date of September 16th, but you've got a different date there, haven't you?
Yes, if it will load properly. Hold on. Just give it a moment. Slightly slow.
I've got it in front of me.
Do you want to read it out? Oh, it's up now. There we go. So 10 days, 7 hours, 29 minutes and 50 seconds.
So 10 days and 7 hours from now is when? So not next Saturday. So next Tuesday. And how many hours?
7.
7 hours. So at 9 o'clock on Tuesday, 8 o'clock on Tuesday evening, UK time, the merge will happen.
Wow. There's another countdown for mainnet, but I think this is based off a different number, which has 11 days, 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 2 seconds.
Which is... What's that? That's an extra, pretty much a day after.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's jumped forward 4 days, and I think we mentioned last week that the merge was happening at the same time that the Mt. Gox Bitcoin was being released. That's obviously proven now to be false. That isn't going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but what they have done is they've moved, well, obviously the system's jumped 4 days forward, 4 days earlier, and it's now the same day as the CPI numbers for America, which is the inflation number for America, which I think comes out a day or two before ours. So the UK's inflation is normally, I think the Americans announce it on a Wednesday or a Tuesday, and we announce ours on a Thursday. So the week that
that's pretty big as well, that number.
It's huge because I think it went from 9.3 to 8.9 in America.
Oh.
So it's come down.
That's
Now,
good.
if the next one in a week and a half comes down, even if it's 8.7, 8.6, that's a massively bullish sign, positive sign for the stock market, for crypto, for people trying to afford to buy food. It's huge.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, they're uncorrelated. The Ethereum merge is not correlated to the CPI number in any way, shape, or form. But what will happen is, if inflation figure has dropped, then Bitcoin will go up maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%.
Yeah.
Okay. The merge is happening at the same time. We know that the Ethereum isn't being released. So what's going to happen? The Ethereum price could rocket.
Yeah.
Could is one of those words like would and should. We don't know for a fact it's going to rocket. So it's big news.
Yeah.
Next
is what are those? There we go. Congress questions Coinbase, FTX, Binance, Kraken in crypto fraud crackdown.
This is big news. I mean,
Extremely.
do you want to cover the
Points.
topic,
Yep.
the points before we talk about this one?
Yeah, so I'll just go over all of them and then we can talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
all of it in one go. So, the 5 crypto trading platforms mentioned in the title, however, it didn't mention KuCoin, is Coinbase, FTX, Binance, Kraken, and KuCoin. And Krishnamurthy, who chairs, hopefully I said that right.
Let's call him Chris.
Chris, yes, I got it. Chris,
What's Chris said?
Chris, who is the subcommittee, who is a member of the subcommittee of economic and consumer policy, said, as stories of skyrocketing prices and overnight riches have attracted both professional and amateur investors to cryptocurrencies, scammers have crashed in. For all these reasons, I'm concerned about the growth of fraud and consumer abuse linked to cryptocurrencies. So I think they're trying to, by implementing audit policies requiring certain disclosures, delistings, and adopting of safety mechanisms, cryptocurrency exchanges can and should create safer environments for consumers. So they're basically just trying to plan to protect it a bit more.
This is brilliant news. When we spoke about Coinbase and BlackRock a few weeks ago, we talked about the fact that companies don't want to operate in a market which is uncertain. Now, this affects everything. I mean, if you go back to, you go back 20, 30 years, you have insurance companies, you have gaming companies, you have investment companies. They all operate within regulated markets.
Yeah.
That regulation gives them certainty.
Yeah.
Rules to play the game. Okay? Those rules then allow blue chip investment companies, pension funds, etc., to invest in the insurance companies, gaming companies, whatever else it might be, because they're a regulated entity.
Exactly. I mean, it's a bit like an economy in general. So you have the command economy, free economy, and mixed economy.
Yeah.
So in a free economy, there's unfair
practices and
balances, and it's not just, and it's not a level playing field because you have it's basically unregulated. But in a mixed economy, where you have some sort of government or a government body which manages and makes sure everything's fair. Some people might look at the free market and mixed market differently, but it does help when there's some sort of government involvement.
Exactly. Yeah. Spot on. You need the government to set the ground rules.
Yeah.
So the field of play is level, or as level as it can be.
Yeah.
Because crypto isn't regulated. It isn't regulated in the major developed countries. So Europe, United Kingdom, Japan, China, USA.
Yeah.
Because it's not regulated, anything can happen. And that causes uncertainty for everybody.
Yeah.
So what you read out there about the audits, the delisting and the listing process, everything like that. I mean, when I worked on the stock market in Gibraltar, there were whole policies and processes for adding funds, deleting funds, keeping the regulator updated on the transactions, etc. With this, if the exchanges can be regulated, so obviously you can't regulate Bitcoin, you can't regulate Ethereum, but you can regulate Coinbase, FTX,
Exactly.
Binance, you
Yeah.
can regulate them. That then gives those countries a certain level of certainty that these companies are working within the same boundaries as banks,
As everything else.
as
Yeah.
everything else.
So
Exactly.
it just becomes one of everything else.
Correct.
Yeah.
And Julian loves to talk about conspiracy theorists and these people who say we should have they're not your keys, they're not your crypto.
Yeah.
That works for 0.1% of the population.
Mm.
For people that are looking for somewhere to put their pension fund.
Yeah, they just want a managed system which they
Correct.
don't have to deal with 100% of the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where this regulation is good. So what's going to happen is the UK and America, they're both going to be working on separate regulations.
Yep.
However, they're going to, in the background,
You'll be working together.
they're going to be working
Yeah.
together. So once the UK and America bring out their regulations, Europe will follow.
Mm.
Once that's happened, then these crypto firms, they're going to focus their attentions on those three
Yeah.
areas. And then everything else after that. So South America might adopt the American system.
Mm.
Europe might adopt the British system.
Yeah.
So this is great news. This is something that we needed.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, moving on to something which is not great news,
Mm.
but we'll get on to why I don't think it's that negative, which is Snapchat.
Yeah. So, Snapchat's parent company shutters Web3 division amid layoffs. So, the company said it will let go of its Web3 division to make way for reconstructing after falling behind financial targets. Okay. So, should we just talk about all the points and then go over it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Snap Incorporate CEO Evan Spiegel announced in a note on Friday that
We'll
the
call him
company
Beagle from now
Beagle.
on. Beagle. So
Or
what did
just call
Beagle
him
say?
Evan.
Oh, Evan.
Evan,
yeah.
easier. Evan announced in a note on Friday that the company had made the difficult decision to reduce the size of its workforce by approximately 20%. As a part of its reconstructing process, the company has axed its entire Web3 team. Jake Scheinman, head of Snap's Web3 team, announced his exit from the company on Wednesday in a series of posts on Twitter, stating, "As a result of the company's restructure, decisions were made to sunset our Web3 team." CEO Evan shared that the reconstructing is part of an effort to focus on three strategic priorities, namely community growth, revenue growth, and augmented reality. So Snap's layoffs come after other tech companies like Coinbase, LinkedIn, Meta, Apple, Google, and Netflix have had to cut down their workforce due to rising interest rates in an inflationary economy. Okay, lots to unpack there.
On paper, this is bad news because Web3 is supposed to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
However, Snapchat, even though it's only been going for 6, 7, 8 years,
Couldn't say.
it's a dinosaur and it's going to die very soon.
Yeah.
And the meteor that's going to kill it is
Web3.
TikTok.
Oh,
What were you going to say?
The developments of Web3. If they don't keep up with everything, then they're going to die.
Oh, right, okay.
But as well as TikTok.
I don't think Snapchat are going to be here by the time Web3 is rolled out. And if they are, they will be on board. There's two ways to look at this. Either, like he said, they're going to focus on revenue
Yeah.
and building their community. The reason they're focusing on those two things is they've lost both to TikTok.
Yep.
TikTok is destroying Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook or Meta, for some
YouTube.
example, YouTube.
And they've had to adapt to it.
And-
That's why Instagram have Reels.
Yeah.
YouTube has Shorts.
Yeah.
I don't think Twitter has anything, but yeah.
No, I mean, Twitter's a different...
Breed. It'll
Breed.
always be here. It's always a
Yeah.
thing which everyone uses.
Exactly. So Snapchat for me it was great at the time,
Yeah.
but it's been superseded.
Yeah.
So there's that angle, which is basically they won't be around for Web3 because they're not generating the money to sustain their business.
No.
Or they've decided that trying to go down the Web3 angle on their own, there's no point. Why not use an existing platform?
Yeah.
Sand have got a perfectly fine system. Decentraland have got a perfectly fine system.
Yeah.
So why build something from scratch? the metaverse is not going to be 50 or 60 companies that have thought we're going to build our own Web3 platform. That's never going to work.
It needs to be a community. It needs to be brought together. It needs to be something which everyone incorporates as the same thing. They can't do their own thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
So on paper, it's bad news. They're laying off all of their Web3 team. The other angle is, of course, which you've just thought about, is if you're a Web3 developer and you've got the choice of working for a Web3 specific company or Snapchat, who are you going to work for? Because we've seen in the past, people are leaving Google, people are leaving Microsoft, people are leaving YouTube, people are leaving Amazon, people are leaving all the massive blue chip companies to go and work for crypto or meta companies.
Yep.
This, I mean, they maybe they found it hard getting staff.
Who, the Web3
good
or
staff?
Or Snapchat?
Yeah, for the Web3 team. Maybe, I mean, if you would you work for Snapchat in Web3 if you were really good? Unless they were paying you an awful lot of money.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, all these Web3 companies, you can't need a solid base to start one of these companies because you need good developers. And since it's such a new technology, the developers are going to be quite expensive. Yeah. Because there's not going to be a lot of them. Yeah. So either all these like FANG companies, which are basically the blue chip ones, like you're saying, Snapchat, all these lot, they need to be paying. They need to have something which the workers go for because it's a system where demand is higher than supply. At that point, you need to make decisions and you need to make reasons why you should be going to Snapchat. Yeah. Not that Snapchat should be a reason to give it to you. I know obviously you have the your CV and all that and reasons to hire you, but on a larger scale, you don't need reason. Snapchat doesn't need reason to employ people. Correct. You need to reason to go to Snapchat. Yeah, exactly. So on paper, it's not great news. In reality, I don't think it matters. They're a dinosaur, and they probably won't be here in 10 years' time. Yeah. My bet is that somebody will buy them out and basically consume them into Web3. Yeah. Exactly. Hopefully. Okay. Now, the portfolio. Yeah. Which we did a couple of videos on. As we said at the beginning of the show, Bitcoin's crabbing. To use Julian's term. Yeah. We don't know how long it's going to crab for. Potentially between now and November. So if Bitcoin drops below 18,000, what we will do in the portfolio is we will take the USDC that we've got and we'll put it into Bitcoin. Yeah. The second point with the merge in a week and a half's time, if Ethereum skyrockets, we will sell half the position that we've got in Ethereum to USDC. Yep. Once we've done that, I think in 2 weeks' time we'll do another portfolio update. Yeah. But for now, nothing's really happened. Okay, Bitcoin has gone from 24,000 down to 20,000. Yeah. So the portfolio is probably down about 15% from where we were. But there's no point really going over it when it's
exactly
the market is stale.
Yeah, nothing's happening exactly. So we'll do that. Now, the last point is: do people like the idea of a live show on a Saturday?
Yeah, do you want to make this a consistent thing, which you can come to every Saturday?
Or what we could do is we could do a Twitter poll, and we could find out what days, what times are best for people. Yeah. I mean, in the UK, at this time, probably people are out shopping. Yeah. So it might not be the best time. What we could also do,
maybe add it, maybe word from the bird, I'm not too sure. Questions.
Yeah. So we can have a Q&A from people who ask questions on Twitter or DM us or whatever it might be. And then we can build that into next week's show. Yeah. So please subscribe,
like, share everything. Do anything.
And we'll probably see you next Saturday.
Yeah.